Hi guys. So it's lunchtime and just wanted to talk to you guys for a little bit. We had a really rough weekend. Um Saturday we went to the observatory. Before we went to the Griffith Observatory, we were once again at the Hollywood Forever Cemetery. I know you guys are saying why they like going there too much. Well, my brother's helping me do the blog on the Hollywood Cemetery, like some of the celebrities that are there. Some of the celebrities are celebrities that he likes. If you saw my live video, you probably see the guy from Soundgarden. They have memorial for the Ramones. One of the guitar players. There's also another person that's there. His body's actually there. I forgot his name, but he was one of the Ramones. The one with the statue with the guitar. My brother says that person from the Ramones is just a memorial for him. So his body's not actually there. But anyways, there's other celebrities like Judy, what is her name? The one from The Wizard of Oz. You guys know who I'm talking about. So after that, we went to the observatory, Griffith Observatory. So I was really excited to be there and with my kids because I haven't been there since the 90s. I think the last time I was there, I used to hang around with my oldest brother, his friend, and some other person. A friend of mine and me, we used to hang around a lot, like at Hollywood, just Santa Monica, Universal City Walk. We would just hang around, like we love going, just looking around and stuff. But anyways, so I was pretty excited because now they remodeled the Griffith Park. It's like remodeled. And when we were inside the Griffith Park, they have new things in the Griffith Park that are new. They have like an underground area where you could see like stuff like galaxies and stuff like that. That one's new. When I went back in the days, like that was not there. But it also made me appreciate more how the reconstruction and remodeling was not something easy to do. If you get to go, there's an area down the underground, new part of the underground in the Griffith Park. They play like movies and stuff. So they play a little bit of how Griffith Park started, and so it talk about the reconstruction, how people might say, oh, they just reconstructed and everything, but you know, like a lot of people don't know a lot of things the construction people went through to reconstruct Griffith Park. They just had to like use some hydraulics to push all the building up, so they could do like all this stuff underneath. And it made me appreciate more, like, wow, that was a lot of hard work. But I don't want to go too much in detail. Maybe there's videos on YouTube about the new reconstruction on the Griffith Park, and it'll give you a better understanding than me explaining it. And it was the first time me driving up there. I remember when I used to go with my brother and friends up to the Griffith Park. I remember parking was not hard. Now parking is like terrible. Like there's so many tourists and it's just like there's a free parking area. So like, but the only thing is that you have to walk all the way up to the observatory. And that was not easy for me, especially because I've gained so much weight and it's hard for me to hike up. So we had to hike up the little mountain or whatever. We had an option to go around the easy way or hike up. So I hiked up, not because I wanted to, because I was following my brother, and I was like, if I would have known, I would have gone the other way, because it was really hard for me. I'll do a little video on that, and I mean, I did blogging on that, and I will be probably today, sometime when I have time, I'll be putting it up. And my kids loved it. They loved the scenery up there. You could see the Hollywood sign. You could see the beautiful buildings, like the lights. You could see the whole LA area. Beautiful, beautiful. But it was scary for me to go around, like, to get up there, you have to go like up like a hill. But as you're going up on the road, it's scary. Like, I did not want to look down. Like, it was so scary. I'm scared of heights. But if I would have known, there's another way getting up there to the free parking where you don't have to go through that road that you could, you know, like, it's, next time I go, I gotta show you guys, whoever's interested in going to the Griffith Park. There's another area where you don't have to go through all those roads where you see down the cliff and all that. Like, if you're scared, like, there's another area of going up where it leads you to the parking where we ended up, the free parking. I can't explain it. The next time we go, I'm planning to go back, but this time with my boyfriend. He couldn't go. He was working that day. And it was just me, my kids, and my brother. And so I'm planning to go back so he could get to experience the Griffith Park. Only thing I wish that we could have been there much earlier, because when we got there, like, it was close to the sun setting. So most of the stuff, pictures we took was mostly nighttime, and some were like already when the sun was setting. But anyways, the next day was a really sad day. We have a little kitty named Phoebe. Well, we had a little kitty named Phoebe, and if you guys see my YouTube videos, you'll probably see her on some of my videos. We loved her dearly. She was an indoor cat. She had just gotten spayed. I have a video on that too. She got spayed. And she was a happy little cat. Just happy little cat. I miss her so much. She would always jump on my shoulder. I have videos where you guys see her jumping on my shoulder. She loved being here on this area of my shoulder. She just loved to jump. She would, you know, like, pick on my hair and pull it, and she would sleep with me and my hubby. We let her sleep with us, and in the morning she would like tap my eye, like try and play with my eyelashes, and she was just a lovable cat. Like, I had her really spoiled and everything. And on Sunday, I got to see her in the morning for the last time. Then I left Sunday. I remember what I did exactly on Sunday, but I left Sunday with my kids. And with my brother. Oh yeah, we went to see Grandma at the cemetery and took her flowers and cleaned her graveside. And I forgot, well, we went to Home Depot and bought some stuff to clean the stone. And then as I was going back home, like about close to 7 or 8, my boyfriend called me and he's like, are you coming already? Bring a pizza, you know, come and get some money and I'm gonna give you money so you could go get a pizza. And then he calls me back again as I'm going home, and he's like, where you at? And I'm like, I'm almost close to the house. I'm halfway to getting to the house. And he's like, you need to come because the cat's acting up weird. She's like, just like in convulsions, like she's just like shaking and stuff. So he tells me he was cleaning outside because he was washing clothes and he was way in the backyard, and it's happened before where he leaves the door open, the cat goes out. So the cat goes out, and I think he's seen her playing outside, and then he went to the back, and I guess, you know, he was gonna try and put her back in, but I guess he didn't do it at the moment. And then he says when he was in the back, he heard a big, like, a scream, like a cat scream, and he was like, oh my god, they're beating her up like other cats, because we have a lot of cats outside too, like from the neighbors, and we have 2 outside cats that are mine. So he thought that they were beating her up. So he says that the cat ran inside the house, but when he went to the restroom, that she was like in the toilet, like she was already in like, I don't know if that's the word, convulsions, like shaking, like she couldn't stop shaking. And when I got there, the cat didn't look good. Like, I noticed that her tail was bitten too. So I think a dog bit her, and she just we didn't even get to take her to like animal emergency. Like, it didn't take too long for her to die, and we were just devastated. The kitty died in my husband's arms. He was just crying, and he even tried to do CPR, but when I came, I already knew she was gone. And he was like, don't say that, don't say that, she's gonna survive. I'm like, no, she doesn't look good. But yeah, she passed away, and we've been very sad ever since. My daughter couldn't stop crying that day, that night, and the next morning she couldn't stop crying. She told me her teacher asked her if she was okay, and she had to tell her kitty died. And then my dad was dropping my son that day that my kitty was passing away, and I told my dad, you can't let him stay, take him. Like, he spent time with my dad, and so I told my dad, like, take him home, because I don't want him to see the kitty, because he's gonna start crying. So my dad took him, and, you know, later on I told my dad the kitty passed away, and I couldn't stop crying for these couple days that I haven't been doing these kind of videos, chat times. I've been pretty sad. Like, I cry, I wear my sunglasses where nobody see I'm crying, but I have been crying, you know, as I'm driving. And it's like, she's just like one of our loved ones, you know. Like, I know she's just a little animal, but we loved her so much, and she's just like one of our, like, a loved ones. Like, if she was a you know, I mean, how can I say it? She's part of the family, and she always will, even though she's gone. And the next day I had to tell my son. I didn't know how to tell him, because when he come back home, he didn't see her. Even if I told him she ran away, like, he'll start crying. So I totally like to be honest with my kids, and I had to tell him the truth. My mom was like, well, you should have just lied to him and said that she ran away. I said, either or, he would be crying a lot. I said, because he loved her. She loved playing with him, and he loved playing with her. And he didn't get to see her on that day. He spent the night at Grandpa's, my dad. And so he resents that he didn't see her, like, the last day she passed away. And when I told him, he just broke into crying, and he couldn't stop crying. And I was like, I'm trying to tell him, you know, the kitty's at heaven, the kitty's with Grandma, and the kitty's happier because she's running in the grass in heaven. all animals go to heaven, which is true, you know. Biblically, it's true, you know. No animal has any sins, you know. God receives them in heaven. Our loved ones receive our animals that have passed away. I believe in that. And I believe that she's happy. And I'm doing it much better. Otherwise, I would have been crying right now. I think I'm handling it a little bit more. I mean, I know that I'm an adult. I'm handling it a little better. But because I've had animals throughout my life, and I know how it is to lose an animal. And I have gone through it, and I have coped with it. And yeah, it hurts. Yeah, you mourn. Yeah. But life goes on, I tell my kids. And this kitty was really special. And my son keeps telling me, like, I keep telling him, we'll get another kitty. He's like, but it's not the same. It's not the same. I want Phoebe. She was different. And all animals are different in their own way, you know. And so, my brother's cat had a couple kittens a couple months ago. They're still small. They're still babies. There's one that looks like Phoebe, except that she's a long hair. And I'm thinking about keeping her inside the house just to bring a little bit more happiness into the house. And my kids are not as sad. And I miss her, you know. Like, I miss having her in my bed. I miss her playing with me. I miss her biting me. I miss her jumping into my shoulder. I miss her being her little self, you know. We adopted her at the animal shelter at Downey, and my daughter actually chose her. And she fell in love with her, and she didn't really last us long. We adopted her in August, and she passed away this last Sunday, November 4th. And it's just so sad because I had a lot of waiting for her to spend good times with us in Christmas and Thanksgiving, and now she's gone. And my kids haven't been crying anymore. Yesterday, they still sad. I still see the sadness in their face, but I haven't seen them cry as much as the past 2 days after her death. Now they're coping with it. I guess they have to cope with it. I'm letting them mourn their little cat. I mean, it's normal. But now my daughter and my son, they're doing much better. And at first it broke my heart, but now I know they're doing a little better. It's their first time losing an animal, so I totally understand them. Alright guys, so later on, if I have a chance, I'll upload the Griffith Observatory video that I did on last Saturday on my blog. I haven't been able to edit it or upload it because after, like I said, my kitty passed away. I was very sad as well, but now, you know, I'll just keep my little cat in memory, and she for always be in my heart. And I know she's in a better place, and I know my abuelita, grandma's taking good care of her. So you guys have a blessed day, and see you on my next chit chat.